but Barcelona had to register Dani Olmo for the second half of the season. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today guys, we touch on Barcelona, something to say on Dani Olmo, but also the future of Frankie de Jong, Chelsea, Liam Delap, what's the situation for the striker, and many of your questions on Trent Alexander-Arnold, and more. Let's jump into it together. Ciao guys, it's Fabrizio Romano and today's video is sponsored by OneFootball. Stay connected to the game with live scores, news and video highlights from your favorite teams and leagues, all in one app. You can even customize your feed to get updates on the teams and players you love. So what are you waiting for? Download OneFootball now and never miss a moment of football. The link is in the description below. And so guys, we are about to enter in the January transfer window. We are almost there, but the market is already in movement with many things happening, and one of the big case of the week is the situation of Dani Olmo. What happened? Barcelona signed Dani Olmo in the summer transfer window from Leipzig, more than 60 million euros agreement with the player. Dani Olmo started playing for Barcelona, but Barcelona had to register Dani Olmo for the second half of the season. Otherwise, in the contract of the player, there is a specific clause for Dani Olmo to leave Barca now, end of the year, end of December, on a free transfer and be able to play for any other club in case Barcelona can't register him for the second half of the season. So quite a dangerous situation around Dani Olmo. The player always sent very positive messages. That's also very important to mention in public with several interviews in the recent weeks, but also in private. The player and his camp have always been super respectful, super friendly with Barcelona, never trying to use that clause to go on a free and join another club, but always pushing to find a solution together with Barca. Obviously, the solution depends on Barca, and a few days ago we had the news of the first step of the process with the CART in Spain rejecting Barcelona first appeal to register Dani Olmo, but now Barcelona have till beginning of next week to find a way to register Dani Olmo. What we can say is that the information we saw in the Spanish press in the last hours is exactly what Barcelona are leaking in the recent hours in terms of confidence. So Barcelona are very confident and optimistic to find a solution to register Dani Olmo and Pau Victor in the next days. The optimism is there. Juan Laporta, the president, is working on that. People from the club, of course, to activate the option in terms of sponsor to find the money, sign the documents as soon as possible, and then proceed to have the money and register Dani Olmo and Pau Victor, who is another important talent for Barcelona, present and future. So work in progress. What Barcelona told Dani Olmo in the last 24 hours, also in direct contacts with his agent, is that they will find a way, they will make it happen. So Barcelona are on it. We had many reports about the interest of Manchester United, Manchester City, several clubs. Guys, it's absolutely obvious for clubs to try and understand what happens when there is a top player like Dani Olmo in this sort of situation. So it's just about understanding the situation, but no negotiation, no proposal, no talks, nothing has happened so far because Dani Olmo is giving full priority to waiting for Barcelona to resolve the situation. His agents are doing the same, so waiting for Barca to formally proceed with the solution. Barca are giving the player the feeling of total confidence to resolve the situation very soon, and so let's wait for the formal steps. Is always important, especially in these stories that are not proper transfer stories. This is more financial kind of stuff, and so let's see what's going to happen on the formal steps, but Barca telling the player to be calm because everything will get resolved. So let's see what happens, but I also wanted to underline how Dani Olmo is waiting for Barcelona and respecting Barcelona in this story. The agent of another Barca player, Frankie de Jong, spoke to the Telegraph in the recent hours and said, first of all, that he denied any report on a move to Saudi Arabia, saying that's complete nonsense. And then insisting on Frankie de Jong wanting to stay at Barcelona. We know how Frankie de Jong loves Barca, the club, the city, his life there. So he never really wanted to leave Barcelona in the recent years, even when he had the opportunity to. Erik ten Hag wanted him at Manchester United. There were other opportunities in the recent years. He never wanted to leave Barcelona. What's the situation now? That for January, guys, my expectation, as his agent said too, is absolutely for nothing to happen for Frankie de Jong. So the situation seems still under control. He will have the next months to try change the situation after the injury, to try be back at the best level possible. So that's the situation for Frankie de Jong. I don't think, from what I'm hearing, he's going to be one of the big names for January unless an important proposal arrives. For the summer could be different, because if Barcelona and Frankie de Jong can't agree on a contract extension in the next months, the possibility of Frankie de Jong being available on the market in the summer transfer window could be concrete. Also because Barca are investing their money in the new contract of Gavi, the new contract of Pedri, the new contract of Lamine Yamal, Jonathan Tah's free transfer is a top priority, not done yet, but Barca are advancing well. So money is an important topic for Barcelona, and we have to see what's going to happen with Frankie de Jong. But again, not an expectation to be a deal for January, could be an interesting situation for the summer, because at the moment the new contract is not close, not ready, and nothing advanced at this stage. Then, guys, I wanted to touch also on Chelsea, because we should not underestimate what Enzo Maresca said about Liam Delap, the striker of Ipswich Town. Delap is a former Manchester City player. He used to work with Enzo Maresca. He knows Enzo Maresca well. So the feeling is very positive. And Enzo Maresca, speaking in public, said how good is Delap in his opinion. Very good words about the player, saying he's a fantastic guy, working hard on and off the ball. So he's a modern striker in the idea of Enzo Maresca, still very young, so considered a very good player internally at Chelsea. Now, for the January transfer window, it looks unlikely to find a solution for Delap to leave Ipswich Town in this situation. So, could be one of the names to watch for the summer transfer window at Chelsea, because the expectation is that for the summer, Chelsea, in terms of new striker, could still do something. It doesn't mean that they are unhappy with Nico Jackson. They are very happy with Nico Jackson. He's doing very well, but we know how Nico can play in different positions. Chelsea hope to be back in Champions League next season, so they will need more depth in terms of strikers too. And so Delap is one of the players they have been monitoring, one of the players they are following at Chelsea. Again, Enzo Maresca knows the player, likes the player. Let's see how the second half of the season is going to be, when the pressure is going to be there. So this is going to be a test also for the player. This is what Chelsea and more clubs want to do, but Delap is doing very well, and Chelsea keep monitoring him. Again, he's not the only name, but he's one name to watch for the next months at Chelsea. Difficult to be a January target, also because Chelsea at the moment are not that busy with the January transfer window, in the sense of getting someone at all cost. If there is an opportunity, Chelsea can consider that for January. Otherwise, Chelsea are not desperate to bring in players. They are very happy with what they're doing. It's also going to be important to understand who is going to leave Chelsea. I told you about Casadei, I told you about Carney, so several players could leave. Ben Chilwell is one of them, and then let's see what Chelsea will decide to do. I wanted to finish this video, guys, because I received many questions on all my social media accounts about Trent Alexander-Arnold situation. Guys, first point I wanted to touch again, Trent is not a topic for January. So January transfer window is not Trent transfer window. So Trent will finish the season at Liverpool for sure. Full focus on Liverpool. Liverpool are doing fantastic. Trent is doing fantastic. So everything is under control. For the summer, I keep repeating. Guys, I told you in March. So I keep repeating that. Real Madrid wants Trent. Real Madrid are working on a deal for Trent. Real Madrid will push to sign Trent. So Real Madrid are there since March. Not today, not yesterday, not 1 month ago. March is top target for Real Madrid. But what I can tell you at the moment is that nothing is agreed. Nothing is done, nothing has been communicated, so Liverpool are still in the mix, still talking to the player, waiting to see how this conversation will go on Liverpool side and on Real Madrid side, because now we are about to enter into January, and from January, Real Madrid are officially allowed to talk to the player and see what happens with the Trent Alexander-Arnold story, with Trent being a top target for Real Madrid, but nothing has been communicated yet. And so, guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories, from Trent Alexander-Arnold to Dani Olmo, but also Frankie de Jong and all the others, including Delap. What do you think about these names? Let me know, guys. Hit in comments, like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon. Ciao.